Hello everyone. So for this particular video, I am going to explain the Royal Maze. You'll be able to gain access to this at around version 2.1. Looks like something came up. I wonder what triggered this. Might have been a time trigger. Now then, so this is the hero. Uh, you can dress her up. Otherwise, she'll be in her default outfit. But there are a lot of outfits that you can actually buy on the Roba DQX shop. Uh, there's like seasonal outfits for her, alternate color outfits. There's even swimsuits for her. I think there was a bunny girl outfit for her too. I went with what I thought was the most hero look for the girl, and well, Nami chose this out of all the others. So, this is the entrance to the Royal Maze. From here, you can prepare her equipment. I just gave her my throwaway sword shield for now. Okay, she doesn't really need much. This content was really made up to level 80, I believe, mind. So you don't really have to deck her out. And level 60 to 70 gear is more than enough for her. You can pretty much allocate her skill points. Again, you can pretty much do what you want. It doesn't really matter. Again, this content is kind of outdated in lieu of the Morgoth belts, but these belts can still be pretty decent. Reset skills if you really need to, see stats. Otherwise, we go to the maze. Now, from here you can see how much courage Augs you have. You need 3 to enter the maze. Okay, now when you're first doing this maze, you have to go through the story mode of it. Okay, and that's going to take all 30 of your starting courage augments. Augs. Once you've done that, you can then access another. Now, as you can see up there, basically another world or another trial. Alright, and that is what you're going to be repeating over and over, because every time you reach the end of it, you fight a boss, basically 3 bosses, and it'll reward you with these chests that has highly valuable, chests in them that you open later on. And basically, as soon as you leave the place, you can create them open. So, we're going to go into the maze. We're going to use 3 Augs. And the more you do this, the more you'll level it up. You probably notice level 6 on the side there. Basically, the higher the levels, I believe the easier it gets to get rare treasure chests, sparkles, and the like. Also, once you're in here, you can also basically take your monster in with you, which is nice. So I'm on 4 right now. Normally, if you go through it, you only access 1 floor at a time, but let me just show you up here real quick. So we're going to come to face with a couple of giant genies after this door. You see in the upper left there, Spark of Courage left 240. That's how many seconds I have. Okay, once I'm into the labyrinth proper to get to the other side of the place. So two genies here. Either it's basically if you accept a buff from either one of them, it's going to increase the rate of gaining levels for your labyrinth, and it can also be a very powerful buff that you get to help you. It will, however, consume 3 more of your augments, but that's fine because it's going to precede you to the next floor after. So instead of going up 1 floor, you're going to go up 2 floors to make up. Give or take, depending on how far along you are, you may not want to accept it because you may end up getting more treasures not accepting their buff at all. Okay, thus you can be more efficient with your logs. But from what I can guess is you want to keep doing this until you max out your maze levels, and then just start going one at a time. Otherwise, you can just save a lot of time per week by just expending, 6 at a time. So let's talk to this guy here. Let's see what he's got to do. Okay, that has the consumption of the courage, which I have again upper left, when I am obtaining boxes. Again, the boxes are the most important thing. They're what levels up your maze, and they're what gives you your goodies, the belts that you're after. This one will make the dream box appear 3 times as many times. It's kind of useless, I believe, unless you're at a higher level and able to get sparks much more easily. I'd rather go with consumption, play it safe. Of course, nothing's stopping you from accepting both, I believe, and you'll go up an extra floor with it as well. Okay, so now we gotta try to collect hidden sparkles and whatever boxes we want, except there's 2 silvers here, while killing the enemies as quickly as possible. It's also a nice way to get attachment from the monster. Now, as you can see here, yeah, I pretty much played it a bit too safe by accepted the other bonus, I probably could have gotten away with a box extra, maybe two, and have at least maybe 30 seconds left to get to the door. If I wasn't level 6, that probably would have been possible. If I was like level 1 or 2 still, I just wouldn't have enough time for it. But as I've noticed, it gets easier and easier the higher your levels go. Okay, this is new. This is very new. I guess this is a rare occurrence. Probably as you get higher levels. Huh. Man, why is everything new happening just to make tutorials? Location change genie? Really? Huh. Okay. So these genies will appear between each room, and for Sparks of Courage, they will offer you special buffs. Typically, especially if you're on a very high level character, you really only need anything you desire, which could be double speed, quadruple speed, triple gold, double gold, quadruple gold, or run speed buff. The Legion of Power may give you a useful buff for offense purposes. Material increases by 50%. Interesting. Yeah, that's a new one. I've never seen that before. Okay. Kind of glad because I don't know what to expect. I mean, the Spark of Courage just went straight up. It normally never goes up this high. So, let's see what's
Manamai said I know why he hates Bennett. Manamai said besides personality.
Sorry about that. It's Manami.
Manamai said he hates him cause he's too good of a carry that it hurts other character comps.
I really don't want to redo this video. Please ignore her. My next armor set I'll get, I'm gonna make sure I get Charm and Confusion Resist. But it's better me than the hero. Because the hero can revive. I would have to use like a Drizzle Leaf otherwise. Purple glowing ones tend to drop chests once defeated, so you definitely want to go after them. I saw it for a split second there, said it leveled up to 7. That's because I took that box. That levels up the labyrinth, basically giving you a higher chance of, well, this happening. I mean, you might as well call it a lucky room, I guess. But also, easier to get sparks. Again, it makes everything easier. So it's, again, a long-term progression kind of thing. But the more you do it, the better rewards you can get from you. Now, these chests can potentially be dangerous, especially with bigger boss form. So try to take them out as quickly as you can. Thankfully, they're just too damn powerful. Now, normally, by the time you get through all that, you will reach a boss room. Again, you pretty much have your starting area with the two big genies. You go through the room. You will then basically get genies, the three genies. Go through another room, get the genies again, then boss room. Now, this whole area was unique. I'm guessing, yeah, it's a rare occurrence, and it's never happened to me before until now. And this is my second run through the whole thing. So my guess is the more I level the labyrinth, the higher the chance of getting these rare rooms. At this point in time, I have no idea how high the heroes' levels would go. I think I heard someone mention it was 70 once, but other than the main story, which I've completed already from when she was basically around for most of the boss battles, uh, this is the only time I'm ever really using her. Unless something comes out later on to where I'll be using her again, and thus any leveling that she gets from here is going to benefit me because that just makes her stronger. But once you're through, what you do is just go through here, and it's going to convert all your boxes into consumables. And 2 floors were cleared because I used one of the giant genies. Now, I'm going to use these track boxes. They will almost always give a belt. Now I got some belts. So I can either get Augite from the belts, which each belt, no matter what, is going to give 1 Augite, or alternatively, I can get Sealed Sand. So let's get some Sealed Sand. see they have randomized stats on them. It's all basically trash to me. So, remove this one here. This one I've been keeping because it's actually pretty damn good for Superstar. Since Superstar relies on style and wind skill damage. Since their biggest attacks are wind skill magic. Maybe skill damage. I'd have to experiment. I'm pretty sure wind skill damage also affects magic, or it could just be skills. I'd have to find out. But of everything I've seen for skill or elemental skills, it just seems to be bad. This is like ice magic or damage or something. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one as well. Okay, now I have 11 sands in stock. So, it's going to take, because I have 8 sealed effects, it will now take 9 sands to seal another effect. So these are all the stats that can appear on the belts when you open chests and get any one of them. So you can seal up to 40 of these. Basically, you want to seal what's not desirable. Now, I will never play a magical might focused character at MP unless you're a class or vocation that's going to spam magic burst. And I'm not sure how effective that is, to be honest. I have to watch a video, see if there's like a magic burst or a guide that's showing how much damage you can do to spam magic burst and suck down complete MP points. But as for myself, I have no need for this. Or might. Now, normal drop rate, rare drop rate. So this that. Okay. Those are useful, but I don't like. Okay, so there is spell damage, yeah. Alright, so I guess that belt would probably be good for dancers. I believe Superstar also is good. They use Skype spells. Damage types. A lot of the shit you're going to be fighting are demons and dragons. Demons and dragons being the two most powerful. I don't really like percentages on attacks because, I mean, again, it's not really reliable unless it's like a high percentage managed to get a lot of it stacked up. Paralyze, sleep, confuse might be good ones. Charm as well. Sap can also be good, especially for a paladin. Okay, if I'm able to just reduce the defense of somebody, reduce their offense. So I definitely want to keep those around. Fizzle, not so much. Poison, blind, gives a shit. But what you want to start off with is these battle starts, because they basically give you a chance to start off with that buff, and it's only temporary. The thing is, a lot of these there are spells that exist that you can just cast right at the start and get reliably anyway. So I think I'll get rid of this one. Now it's gotten rid of. So now it won't ever appear on a belt. Now, sadly, each one of these lists is 10 each, so there's about 89 effects. You can only seal 40 of them, so you still have to deal with 49 random ones, but again, you just want to get rid of all the ones that are not favorable to you. And I would honestly start these battle starts. You basically pretty much get rid of all those first, and then pick from a list, find out which ones you don't like. The chests can also drop very useful items like tickets, magic pots, Brazel leaves, etc. So it's good to clear this every week. You will always get 15 points of courage og every week. I got another day left, and then I get another 15. See how I went up a level from 6? I'm not sure how high it goes, but from what I'm seeing, the higher it goes, the better rewards I get. The goal really is to get the 40, and then you can just start taking belts that you don't want and donating them for courage ogs. So that way you can just keep running the labyrinth as much as you can. Alright, that is Royal Maze. Again, refer to my strategy guide if you have any questions or confusions.